Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we are back for some more Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. In the last episode, we arrived here at Mauville. That is realistically all I remember. And in this episode, we are going to be starting off, I guess, in Mauville. And first things first, the first thing you always gotta do when you're in Mauville, go over to talk with Rydell. After he says, all the, oh, how far did you come? Or like, how far away did you come from? He's like, oh, well, you could have just not done that if you had a bike. And he's like, but the 50-50 here is like, which bike do you want? I'm gonna go for the acrobike. I'm always been acrobike gang. However, in this game you can actually get both bikes, but you gotta do like mini quick. Actually, you know what, since we have to get both of the bikes eventually, this is the one time I'm unfortunately gonna say go for the mock bike, because there's like 3 people that you have to talk to. That they'll be like, oh, that's crazy, you have this really cool bike, and I would like one of those. And after you refer those 3 people, Rydell's like, I'm so glad that you helped me with my business that I'm going to go ahead and allow you to have the second bike for free. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm probably gonna have to look up online where they are. I have a vague idea where 2 of them are. I don't know where the third one is. I believe maybe the third one you get via the acrobike, but don't quote me. But yeah, 2 of them you have to get the mock bike to go find them. I really wanted to fight some trainers over here with Nautica. However, that woman has a Roselia, and then the guitarist dude has a Magnemite. So that's not gonna it's not gonna end well. I can't speak, but it's also mostly that's always what happens with me. But also, I didn't prep before recording. I just hit the record button. Oh, you have an Oddish. Okay. Well, yeah, I just pressed the record button, and usually what I do before recordings is I will go find a very funny video to go watch before starting on my whole spiel. That way, I'm in funny haha mood. But today I was just like, nah, I'll just do it. It has been maybe another half month or a month since the last recording, which really goes to show I have not been on the ball at all with it when it came to recording the series. What I was supposed to do is, record 10 episodes of the English one and then 10 of the Spanish. And last time I recorded, I only recorded 1 of the English and then none of the Spanish. So yeah, my bad. But you all are probably not gonna feel the gap in between the episode, the gap in between my teeth having it. No, yeah, you're probably not gonna feel the gap in between the episodes, because whenever I upload these, I very much like to have them day-to-day basis. There's a heart scale right here. We're gonna need that later on if we want to remember a move or teach a move, something like that. You are the next one that we want to fight. But yeah, if I'm not as oh, funny, hilarious, Bob, that's a good one, everyone laugh. I fat fingered another button, but it's okay. If I'm not that, it's okay. It's just you gotta I guess understand that I just pushed the record button, no prep. That's insane that I got hit by Sonic Boom. I would have assumed that since we have that one ability, soundproof, that Sonic Boom wouldn't hit us. But okay, maybe Sonic Boom isn't a sound-based move. I don't know. I feel like it would be. Yeah, I'll swap over. Nautica, you can definitely take on a Whismur. At least I think. I don't know. Putting a lot of faith into you. I'm still very much on the fence if I should get a Goldeen with Lightning Rod. Just because that would be so good. Yes, let's fucking go. I mean, let's freaking go. I can't cause at the beginning having it. I really do want to get Goldeen with Lightning Rod. But I really don't want to be that type of person who replaces the party members whenever they're just not necessary. I don't know, man. But yeah, we're not really going to encounter too many electric-based Pokemon, I like to assume, after this. It's mostly just here in Mauville. But I don't know. It's just, I would feel a whole lot more comfortable if we were only weak to one thing, and that being grass, as opposed to, you know, grass and electricity. It's like having a Swampert or a Whiscash without the 4 times weakness to grass. Is that everybody? I think so. I think there's a fisherman down here that we can also fight. And I guess while I'm also talking about all of this, I can go ahead and talk about the new encounters on this route. There's not many, I'd like to assume. But I have to talk about them regardless. Ooh, that is a Carvana. That is not too good. I thought you had like a magic carp. But, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and water pulse even though you're the same typing, just in hopes that I confuse you. Oh, you're using Rage? That's not good. Oh, if you're gonna use Rage, then I'm just gonna tap Supersonic. There we go. So, the new encounters on this route are Volbeat and Illumise. They are both bug types. Ooh, nice. Let's go. That was a lot of damage. Yeah, they're both bug types. One of them is referred to as like, oh yeah, this is the best one. This is the best bug type out of the 2 that you could pick if you wanted to pick one. Either way, they're pretty mid. They're really mediocre. The one that everybody always goes for is Volbeat, but everybody picks it because they're like, oh, it has tail glow and that increases your special attack by 2 stages. And it's like, yeah, it does that, but Volbeat is a physical attacker, so it's increasing the wrong stat. I don't know, man. It's really weird. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, it's Volbeat, the one we love, because the only other Pokemon that I'm not gonna get quick attack, I don't think. The only other Pokemon that gets tail glow is Manaphy, and maybe Fion, I don't know. I want to say it's just Manaphy. But it's like, yeah, but like you're not really getting too much benefit out of it. Illumise, on the other hand, ooh, Surskit's evolving. Majora's evolving, my bad. On the other hand, though, if you go for Illumise, this one is my personal favorite. If you go for Illumise, it has an ability. Let me open my phone really quickly as Majora is evolving. Tell you exactly what ability it is. That I personally think makes it a much more viable choice. It's Tinted Lenses, or Tinted Lens. We can learn Scary Face, but I mean, I don't really need Scary Face. It just decreases the speed. We're good. But yeah, ooh, Air Cutter, let's go. We're absolutely learning Air Cutter. Air Cutter is a 60 special power flying type move, 95% accurate. Still really good though. The problem is, ooh, I don't want to get rid of Bubble Beam or Struggle Bug or Sweet Scent. Sweet Scent is just really good for horde battles. And Water Sport is going to be helpful in the short term. But I think, unfortunately, I'm going to get rid of Sweet Scent. If I ever want Sweet Scent, I can just relearn it. But as I was saying, what Tinted Lens do is that the ability essentially makes it so this Pokemon does not ever suffer from not very effective moves. What do I mean by this? Is that if you ever do a not very effective move on an opponent, it basically just transfers it into a normal damage attack. So you never have the downside of, oh, it's not very effective. Oh, I can't fight any Pokemon that I'm fighting against because I won't be like super effective against it. No, you don't have that downside. You just do regular damage. That's the benefit. If you get Volbeat, you still have the downside of it just being a pure bug type with mediocre stats. If you get Illumise, you get the mediocre bug type, but with no downside of not very effective. So you're not really slowing down. That's quite frankly why I really like Illumise as opposed to Volbeat. Because like everybody's like always like, oh yeah, the great and amazing Volbeat. It has tail glow. It increases your special attack by a lot. And I'm like, yeah, buddy boy, but you're not really gonna be using your special attack. Now think about it, bro. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into the situation, but that's how I feel about Volbeat and Illumise. I haven't talked about the other encounters here just yet, and it's already been 10 minutes. You can encounter Meryl here. I feel like I mentioned this earlier in the series, and I need to adjust what I said. I need to fix my statement. There we go. That's the intimidate work and its beauty. I said that you could encounter Meryl on the really, really early routes in I don't remember where. In the early routes near Rustboro, like in between Rustboro and Petalburg. That is incorrect. You can only do that in Emerald, not in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. In Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they kind of fixed that, and now you can only encounter Meryl here. Yeah, that is what I wanted to correct, because I was trying to catch a Meryl for the Spanish series. Yes, I know I really dislike Meryl, and here I am trying to catch one. And so we're not going to use the Zigzagoon on the team. But, yeah, I really wanted to catch one in that route. And then I found out Meryl just isn't in that route. You can find it here in the grass. And, you know, it evolves into a Azumarill. That Pokemon is a Johto Pokemon, specifically. But its pre-evolution Azumarill is in this generation. However, you know, to get an Azumarill, you have to get like a Sea Incense while you're breeding a Meryl or an Azumarill to get it. But like, I don't know why you would want an Azumarill aside from just to have the to just get it out of your Pokedex. But that's realistically it. There really isn't much else for there really isn't much of a reason for you to ever want an Azumarill. Let me see what other encounters are here, because quite frankly, I don't remember what's here. That's everything I remember from this area. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. This triathlete dude has like a Doduo. I think maybe Nautica's okay. I don't know. It's gonna be receiving a lot of physical damage is the problem. Yeah. You're talking about all your triathlete stuff. I mean, I guess we already talked about this, I think, but you can encounter like Oddish probably here as well. You encounter Doduo here, but you can't catch Doduo here. You can. Oh, that's right, Roselia. That's another one. I'm not that big a fan of Roselia. Probably just because aesthetically, I don't really like it. Although that is a really crazy take on my part, because like, I know it's based off of like roses and it looks really elegant, really beautiful. I understand that. It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's like, it just doesn't catch my attention like that. And it's a really good typing. It's very similar to the Oddish line or the Bulbasaur line, being, you know, it's grass poison. And then to evolve it into Roserade. I don't know what you need to do to evolve it into Roserade. Let me check really quickly. Level up when happy in the daytime. Oh, never mind. That's how to evolve it from Badoo into Roselia, and then from Roselia to Roserade, you gotta use a Shiny Stone. Shiny Stones aren't really in demand in this game. And what I mean by that is that like you can't find them. You have to do like the EV training bag thing to find them usually. Or, you know, in the post game, there are other ways to find them, but it's just a lot rarer. Like, you're probably not gonna find one unless you do like the EV training bags. So, if you really want a Roserade, I'm not gonna stop you. It's just a little tricky. Also to get Badoo, but you don't really. I wouldn't know. I don't know if you need it in this Pokedex because it wasn't from like the original. I don't know. I guess to get it, you realistically, it's another one of those incenses, but it's, yeah, I don't know. There's no real reason to get Badoo, I don't think. Maybe there are reasons to get the baby Pokemon. It's probably just maybe there's like a move that you can get only as Badoo, or like only as I don't remember what the other Pokemon was that I was talking about. There were two baby Pokemon that I was talking about. But, like, yeah, there's no... Oh, right, Azurill. There's no real reason to go for those unless it's, like, a hidden move. But, like, I don't... Quite frankly, I don't think that the moves would be worth it. You probably could just learn them later on. But, yeah, I guess that's how you get them off of your list. Shroomish. Well, of course, we're going to be sending out Masquerain. But yeah, I think that's realistically it in this area. There really aren't any other encounters. I mean, technically, yes, you can encounter Corphish here. But again, we don't have access to the good rock is the problem. So, we aren't really... Like, I can talk about him. It's an interesting... It's an interesting typing of water and dark, but just... It's a physical attacker. It's been kind of mediocre. I kind of want it to become better. It's okay, is realistically it. There's Azurill, the little tiny babby. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's realistically everything that I can talk about in this area. There's nothing, there's no other encounter I don't think that I'm missing. And if I did miss an encounter, then oopsie, my bad. But yeah, now I can finally talk about other things as opposed to, you know, the encounters. I quite frankly don't even know if we're going to have time to encounter the gym leaders. Or the gym leader, not plural. Because this route has a lot of trainers, so I might just speed things up, I'm not too sure. But yeah, if you need to improve your Pokemon, then here's where you go to do it. There's a lot of trainers, especially these, what are they called? Pokebreeders? They are going to give you a lot of weaker Pokemon to fight against. I should probably swap out Nautica out here to get more experience. So I guess starting now, maybe I'll speed things up because at the moment I'm sitting pretty. I have covered every single base of information I possibly could talk about. So yeah, I guess I will speed things up and then talk to you all in a second. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting him to evolve, but okay, cool. We now have a Linoon, a Linoon. Speedy boy. Cool, good for you, Zigzagoon. Cool. Alright, back to speeding things up. Okay. It has been about 12 minutes, and I'm probably gonna have to compress it into like maybe like 6 minutes or 5 minutes. So I don't know, from like the 18-minute mark, 6 minutes is about like 23, 24 minutes. So I'm probably just gonna talk really quickly about Verdanturf 10 and then unfortunately call it an episode, which is very unfortunate because like I wanted to spend more time here. Talking with you guys. I picked up the Mauville over here, like in the grass area. Which I mean, now that we have the mock bike, you could definitely, if you have Omega Ruby, go over to the Duford Tunnel area and go catch yourself a Mauville. If you're in Alpha Sapphire, unfortunately, you're gonna have to go get a Sableye. I don't know where the Sablenite is. However, that is another Megastone that you can find. This is Wally's house over here in Verdanturf. Yeah, I think he's over here at least. I'm not too sure. It's weird. Oh, so you did come visit. If you're looking for Wally, I'm afraid he's gone after he said he wanted to train more and haven't seen him since. Okay. There is like more that we can do with like Wally's relatives, but at the moment we don't have access to that. But I guess if you wanted to have Verdanturf off of your on your map, then I guess there you go. There is an area over here to the left where you can get an item called the black glasses. However, at the moment we're not going to do that. I don't even think we have a dark type on our team, and I think we are going to have one, but I don't think they're going to have the dark glasses on them. I don't know. Anyways, I guess next time on Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, we will be fighting, what's his name? It's not Wallace, it's Watson, that's who it is. We're going to be fighting Watson, I guess, in the Mauville gym. There are other things you can do in Mauville, but we are not going to be covering them in this episode right now. Maybe next episode, or maybe just in the foreseeable future, because some of these are much later, or like later content, like this person with the mirrors and stuff. That's for later. So until next time, I guess, see you all then.